So tonight we want to talk with you about reimagining family wealth, ladies and gentlemen. We want to welcome you to this masterclass. We want to talk with you about the global rise of decentralized finance that gives everyday families, ladies and gentlemen, around the world the opportunity to create lasting financial stability using technology. With that said, let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so in this masterclass, I'm going to show you how technology is helping over 1 million people, ladies and gentlemen, like you and I, create daily income and multiply their wealth faster than ever. This little known strategy is literally helping people become their own bank. The problem is, no one ever showed you how to do it, but that's what we're going to do. We're literally going to walk you through the process. You don't have to figure it out on your own. Now, it literally takes a few mouse clicks to get set up with nothing to do from that point moving forward. And if you've ever logged into a banking app on your phone, you can do this just as easily. It's 100% automated. You simply set it and forget it. So now, this decentralized protocol that we're going to break down for you provides multiple benefits. First of all, it's completely automated. It's zero trading. It's 100% passive. You have 100% access to your funds at all times. There is no recruiting required. It's instant withdrawals. It pays out 3 times a day, triple daily compounding. It is long-term, it is real, and it is verifiable. So we're talking about decentralized finance. It's banking without a bank. It gives everyday people the ability to earn and to grow wealth directly. It's powered by code instead of corporations. I want to welcome you to an innovative decentralized finance project called Origin. It is trend-setting. It is changing lives right now, not only for people in the United States, but people all around the world. We're going to break this down to help you understand this amazing platform, which is a Web3 staking platform. Let's get into it. So tonight, you're going to learn about the power of technology to do several things, to enable you and I to create supplemental daily income without recruiting, without selling, and without trading. And it also gives us the ability to grow our wealth long-term without literally talking to anyone if you don't want to. So we're talking about the power of compound interest, which of course is the eighth wonder of the world. And so to get started, it's very important that we understand compound interest. So I'm going to take just a few moments to talk about it. Compound interest is powerful because it allows your money to grow exponentially over time, meaning that you earn interest on both your original deposit and the interest that has already been added to it. So here's why it's so powerful, ladies and gentlemen. It's interest on interest. With simple interest, you only earn interest on your initial amount. With compound interest, you earn interest on your initial amount plus the interest that you have already earned. Each period, your base keeps getting larger. Now, there's also the time factor, which is the magic ingredient. You need to give time. So time supercharges compound interest. The longer you leave your money deposited, the more it accelerates, even if you stop adding new money. And it works best with consistency because you can add more money regularly every month or every year, and this is going to increase the effect even more. But compound interest can also work against you, ladies and gentlemen. For example, when you borrow money using your credit cards, you pay those mortgages, those car loans, right? Compound interest is working against you on the behalf of the lender. And so, and it can eat you alive. So you want to make sure that we're earning compound interest and not paying it. All right. And of course, Albert Einstein, he said that compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. That's what we want to talk with you about tonight. Now, the information provided here is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Participation in this crypto staking protocol, it involves risk. Cryptocurrency values can be volatile, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Staking rewards are not guaranteed and are subject to change based on network conditions, protocol parameters, and market fluctuations. This protocol does not constitute investment, financial, tax, or legal advice. Users should conduct their own research and consult with a qualified advisor before participating. By using this service, you acknowledge that you understand and accept these risks. You are solely responsible for your funds and decisions. The developers and participants of this protocol are not liable for any losses, damages, or adverse outcomes resulting from the use of this protocol. As always, use caution and only stake what you can afford to lose. But that said, let's get into it. So we're talking about the new financial system, ladies and gentlemen, which is brought about because of cryptocurrency. See, here's what you need to understand. The fiat system is controlled by the banks. They produce and print money at will. But when they do it, it doesn't hurt them. It hurts you and I who have to work every day to get it and work so hard to save it. And so cryptocurrency is just the opposite. It's produced in limited quantities, ladies and gentlemen. The more that people use it, it drives the value up. That's why one Bitcoin is valued at over $100,000. Now, people have heard about crypto. They don't fully understand it, but more importantly, they don't own any. We're going to show you how to earn crypto so you don't have to buy it through a concept called staking. Now, as we begin this masterclass and talk about staking, ladies and gentlemen, there are 5 terms that you should know. What is staking? What is decentralized finance? What is decentralized autonomous organization? And what is a smart contract? Let's get into it. What is staking? Well, imagine that you have some money, but instead of letting it sit in a wallet doing nothing, you put it in a type of a savings account where a bank rewards you with interest. Only thing, we're not talking about the bank at all. Cryptocurrency works very similar to this when it comes to staking. So how does staking work? You deposit your crypto helps secure the network. The blockchain network uses your staked crypto to validate transactions and to keep everything running smoothly. You get rewards. In return for staking, the network rewards you with more cryptocurrency, just like earning interest in a bank. So how do you make money from staking? You earn new coins. The network regularly pays you a percentage of your staked crypto as a reward. And then there's compound growth, because your deposits can grow even more over time because of compounding. And then there's price growth. If the value of the cryptocurrency increases, your stake assets and rewards also become more valuable. In a nutshell, staking is a great way to earn extra money with your crypto while you do nothing, like a magic piggy bank that gives you more coins just for keeping them inside, but with access to your funds 24/7, 365, ladies and gentlemen. So what is decentralized finance? Better known as DeFi, it's a way to use money financial services like saving, borrowing, investing, and earning interest without needing banks or a middleman. Instead, it runs on a secure technology called the blockchain, which allows people to deal directly with each other using cryptocurrency. So think of it like this, ladies and gentlemen. Instead of going through a bank to send money, earn interest, get a loan, DeFi lets you and I do it using our phones or our computers. It's faster, it's cheaper, and often 24/7 without asking permission from anyone. It's money for the people, run by computer code, not corporations. It's the future of finance that's happening right now that most people know little about. So what is a DAO? A decentralized autonomous organization. It's like an online community where rules are written in computer code. Instead of one person making all the decisions, the group decides together using blockchain technology. The rules and decisions are locked into a secure system that can't be changed behind anyone's back. Imagine a club that runs itself. No managers, no middlemen, just members who vote on the direction of the group. Everything is transparent, is automated, and is based on what the majority agrees to do. And finally, what is a smart contract? A smart contract is like a digital vending machine that runs on the blockchain. You put something in, like money or crypto, and if the right conditions are met, it automatically does what it's programmed to do. No person needed to approve it or to run it. It's a self-executing agreement. It's built with code instead of lawyers. It is trustworthy, it is automatic, and it is tamper-proof. So those are the fundamental knowledge that you need in order to get into this topic. So what makes this project Origin, what makes it unique, ladies and gentlemen? Well, first of all, it has a proven track record. This development team is very successful. Their first project, called Olympus Ohm, has been running for 4 years. We're going to take a look at it in just a few moments. This project, Longinus LGNS, has been running successfully for over 19 months without a CEO, without headquarters, and yet, as of today, this project and community, it continues to grow, ladies and gentlemen. It is real and it is long term. People lie, but numbers don't lie. Look at the numbers. The liquidity pool is over $443 million. The market cap is over $5.7 billion. The daily trading volume over the last 24 hours, over $44 million. There are over 1.64 million wallets connected to this platform, owned by people all around the world, and is growing every single day. Everything you're about to see here is verified, it is audited, and it is a renounced smart contract. It means the developers can't go in, they can't change it, and they cannot touch the money. Anyone can withdraw their entire balance or a part of it at any time. It'll be in your wallet within seconds. There is no lockdown period. And this platform has an amazing bonus drawing pool that literally pays out millions of dollars a week. And it has an optional referral program. Should you decide to share this with others, it could be life-changing for you and potentially for them as well. So here is what the main site looks like, origindefi.io. You must have a referral link in order to engage here, but I want you to see some of the numbers. These are current numbers. I just downloaded this not even 30 minutes before the call. You can see the treasury balance is over $457 million. There's over 415 million LGNS being staked right now. The current APY is over 974%. What does that mean? You have the potential to double your money 9 times within a 12-month period. And the market value is over $5.7 billion, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I want to share some resources with you to make it as simple as possible for you to do your own due diligence. So we've got an information website. You can go to plantofreedom.info. Go ahead and write that down, and you can look at all the details of this program in the comfort of your home. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight to that website right now live. Stand by while I change my screen. All right, so I am on plantofreedom.info right now. First thing you're going to see, ladies and gentlemen, is a full overview video. It's about 50 minutes long. You can take your time to go through this. During this presentation, in the interest of time, we're going to keep it relatively as short as possible, but you can do a deep dive by going to this website, plantofreedom.info. You can also see the white paper. You can read all the details of that. But the thing that really means the most to me, having worked online full-time for over 15 years, ladies and gentlemen, I needed to know that this was real. And so as I went through this, I came across the audits. See, Origin has officially passed audits by 2 global authoritative bodies. These are the big boys, so to speak. They did a full chain audit of the smart contract that was completed by a company called Certec. In fact, they've had multiple audits. And the treasury, where the money is held, that has been audited by a company called Armors. So these are the big boys. When it comes to this type of thing, ladies and gentlemen, this platform has been thoroughly vetted. In addition to that, we're going to go a little further here because I have some more things that I want to show you here. I want to go right to a decentralized exchange called Dex Tools, where you can see the first contract, which was Olympus DAO. You might recall I talked about that. This project has been running for over 4 years. You can see the current value is $21. Now, what I want you to understand is that this project was built on the Ethereum blockchain. Of course, Bitcoin is the #1 most popular cryptocurrency in the world. Ethereum is #2. But the Ethereum blockchain has had some challenges over the years. The transaction fees are relatively high, and the transactions are relatively slow. So this development team went back to the drawing board, and they released LGNS, all right, which is Longinus. It should be pulling up on our screen right now. There it is. All right, give it a second. So we're live on the internet right now, and this is LGNS LGNS. The reason they chose this was because this is on the Polygon blockchain. The Polygon blockchain is very fast, and the fees are very low, very small. And you can see the current value of the coin is $11.76. So we're live on the internet right now. I want you to see the numbers. All right, people lie, but numbers don't lie. The liquidity pool is over $443 million. The market cap, over $5.69 billion. The number of holders, ladies and gentlemen, over 1.64 million wallets from people all around the world and growing every single day. The trading volume, the 24-hour volume, over $45 million. And this protocol has been running successfully since March the 6th, 2024, over 19 months. But let's go a little further. When you go to that information page, you can also see the contract address. Let me just take you right there. Because we're dealing with the blockchain, everything is transparent. Here is the contract address right here in red. All right. This enables you to see all of the numbers that I just showed you. You're able to go there and you're able to click on those things. But I'm going to go to another website. It's called RVAI. What they do is verify smart contracts. The link is right here. I'm going to go there right now. And let's see what they had to say about this contract. So first of all, they did a risk check. I want you to see all of the green checks. All right, green is good. Green means go. Renounced. All right, what does that mean? The developers can't go in and they can't change the fundamentals of the contract. The contract is open source. Anyone can see the numbers. The owners or the developers cannot tamper with the balance. They cannot touch the money, ladies and gentlemen. The admin privileges have been abandoned. The developers cannot take back ownership. This smart contract literally belongs to the world, just like Bitcoin belongs to the world. All right, so you needed to be able to see that. But let's go a little further. Let's go into the contract itself. So this is a live account. I want to show you just a few things right now. First of all, this account has 783 LGNS staked right now. The current value of the coin is about $11.80. If I put my cursor over this little circle right here, I'm just going to enlarge my screen a little bit. You can see that the USD value is $9,223. So we're going to use this number quite a bit. So I want you to remember that. Hopefully, if you got a pen and a piece of paper and even a calculator, because we want to be talking about compound interest. So I'm just going to round this off at $9,200. Now, I want to scroll down here and you can see several different things. You can see the annual percentage rate over 973. You can see the current yield. The current yield is 0.2170. Now, this compounds 3 times a day, triple compounding every single day at the rate of 0.2170. Now, what does that mean? What you earn tomorrow is more than what you earn today. What you earn the day after tomorrow is more than what you earn tomorrow. So we're dealing with a live market that fluctuates. These numbers fluctuate, ladies and gentlemen, and that's important that you understand that, because that actually confirms to you that this is real. The market goes up and down. These numbers also go up and down. So it's important that you understand that. Also, the 5-day rate is 3.3053. All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at some numbers. I'm going to go down and I'm going to go to the calculator. And so I'm going to paste in the number of LGNS that are being staked in this account, and we're going to look at some numbers. Again, everything I'm sharing with you right now is for entertainment and educational purposes. This is not a guarantee of earnings because these numbers are going to fluctuate, but you've got the power of compound interest working in your behalf. All right. So we know that this is 783 LGNS, which is equivalent to about $9,200. So what could $9,200 do for you if it was staked here? How much money could you earn based on these current numbers? All right, so we're going to look at just 7 days, $9,200 staked over here for 7 days. it would grow from 783 LGNS to 819 LGNS. It would grow from $9,200 to $9,600. So in 1 week, you would have earned approximately $450 based on this example. Without you doing anything, you don't have to talk to anyone, you don't have to log in, you don't have to click on anything. Are you with me? And you've got access to your funds at all times. You can withdraw all of this money or a part of it. It'll be in your wallet within seconds. All right. This is what we have been experiencing from the very beginning. All right. No lockdown. All right. Let's go a little further. Let's say you left this money here and you allow it to compound, because when you're dealing with compounding, it's all about leveraging time. You hear people say all the time, how time flies. Well, when you are staking in a protocol like this, that time going past is working in your favor. So let's look at 1 month. So that's 783 LGNS would grow to 951 LGNS. That $9,200 would grow to $11,200. Can you see that? All right. So let's do this another way. I'm going to do this another way. So you see you've got 783 and it grows to 951. Let's do some math. I'm going to take 951 and I'm going to subtract 783 from it. That gives me 168. So I'm just going to put 168 right here, just so that you can see what 168 LGNS could produce for you, $2,400. So remember that 9,200 is still there. So in this example, you could withdraw the 2,405 and leave the 92 in there so it could produce more money for you next month. We call this eating off the table. All right. You didn't refer anyone. You got access to all this money at any time. Are you with me? All right. Let's go a little further. Let's put that number back up there. All right. So suppose you allowed this to compound for 6 months. You didn't take anything out. You allowed interest to be earned upon interest. You allowed time and the power of compound interest to work in your behalf. So that $9,200 in 6 months, ladies and gentlemen, based on these numbers, would grow to over $29,000. Now, let me ask you a question. Suppose you've got some major goals right now. Maybe you want to purchase a house. You want to put 6 figures down on a house. Maybe you want to pay off your current mortgage. Maybe you've got a child that you want to send to a very good school. Suppose you had $9,200 here and you let it compound based on these numbers for 1 year. What could that do for you? I want you to see here. That's 99K in this example. Again, these numbers are for these examples of entertainment and educational purposes only. These numbers are going to vary. But wouldn't you want to be on the playing field? Wouldn't you want to be in this ballpark? Are you with me, ladies and gentlemen? That's what we're talking about. Now, I'm going to use some other examples. Let's just say that you're on a budget right now and your funds are a bit tight. What is the minimum deposit that a person could stake in this platform? It's $125, ladies and gentlemen. That would be 10.6 LGNS. And I just want you to see that's $125. If you let that compound here for an entire year, that could potentially grow to over $1,340. So that would be a very good Christmas fund, right? That same money that you spent taking your significant other out to dinner and a movie, that same money could potentially produce this type of gain for you in 1 year. But let's go a little further. Let's say you wanted to start with, say, $500. That would be approximately 42.4 LGNS, because the current value of the LGNS is about $11.80. So if you did the math, $500 divided by 1180, you would get around this number right here. So 42.4, which is $500. You stake it here for an entire year based on these numbers. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That's over $5,300. From $500 to $5,300 based on these numbers. Let's go a little further. Let's say you had $1,000. We're basically going to double this number. That would be 84.8, right? That's 10K. All right. That is a 9-fold gain in 1 year, and you didn't have to do anything except stake. All right. Let's go a little further. What about $5,000? That would be 423.73. And you can see $5,000 in 1 year, that's over 53K. That's a very nice luxury car if that's what you wanted to do with it. But let's go a little further. Let's do 10,000. And this will be our last example. That will be 847 in 1 year. You got your 6 figures for that down payment on that house to pay for your existing house, to improve your retirement fund, send your kids to college, take that vacation around the world. That's what we're talking about. Anybody can do this. Everybody ought to have a secondary source of income that's providing recurring income for you, but yet you've got access to this money at all times. You don't have to talk to anyone. You don't even have to log into the website, ladies and gentlemen. Automated compounding income, triple compounding 3 times a day. That is Origin. All right. Now, let's go a little further because I have a couple more things I want to show you here, because you need to understand that this is not just about staking. Staking is first base with this platform. Let's go a little further. Now, you should be able to see my screen right now. It says Spiderweb Rewards. Can you see that, Doc?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Should you decide to share this program with others, and it's totally optional, you don't have to do so, you can tap into some life-changing earnings, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because this has an innovative reward program. You can refer an unlimited number of individuals to yourself, and you can qualify to receive rewards up to 15 levels in depth. This can absolutely be life-changing, but that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. If you are a team builder and you can build 3 teams, you can qualify to receive additional bonuses anywhere from 1% up to 30% of the entire volume of your entire team. And again, this bonus alone can be life-changing, but that's not all. In addition to that, there are hourly, weekly, and monthly reward pools. When you contribute to this protocol at minimum of $101, which is 101 DAI, which is a stable coin, you now can participate in these drawings. This weekly drawing right here alone pays out over $3 million every week to over 30 individuals who have contributed to this platform. They've been paying out millions of dollars from the very beginning. All right, but let's go a little further, because this is not just about staking. This is an entire ecosystem. Let's talk about privacy. So privacy is very rare in this world. There are cameras everywhere. They can see what you're doing on social media. They can probably see all your text messages. It's hard to have any privacy, and definitely no privacy when it comes to our money, ladies and gentlemen. But development teams have gone back to the drawing board, and they created a privacy cryptocurrency. The #1 privacy cryptocurrency in the world is called Monero. It is a market-driven coin. Let's talk about it for just a moment, because we're in the masterclass right now, and we want to educate you, ladies and gentlemen. What is Monero? Monero was launched in 2014, and its goal is really simple: to allow transactions to take place privately and with anonymity. Even though it was commonly thought that cryptocurrency transactions were concealed, we've come to find out that they're not concealed at all. They can see the source of your original wallet. They can see the history of money that has gone in and out of that wallet. They can see who you sent it to. They can see how much money you sent. So there's no privacy at all. In fact, it's very transparent. But on the other hand, Monero is designed to obscure senders and recipients alike through the use of advanced cryptography. And so Monero is very, very popular. When you go to CoinMarketCap, you can see that it's, up there in the top 20s, number 26, right? People want privacy when it comes to their money. The only problem is the value is market driven and it goes up and down. And so if you were to send money to someone, they might get less than what you sent because the value could drop by the time that they get it. Are you with me? Or it could also rise. And so suppose there was a cryptocurrency that maintained its value. It was a stable cryptocurrency. That is what Origin is about to release, the world's first privacy stablecoin that maintains its value at $1. This is coming out in phase 2. There's over $16 million in liquidity stored up for this coin right now, and we're looking forward to this being released because LGNS is going to be used for the gas. What do you think is going to happen to the value of LGNS once the stable coin A is released, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, we believe it's going to drive the value of the LGNS up. So we're very excited about that. They're also releasing a privacy payment system. And in phase 3, they're going to be releasing their own decentralized exchange. And also coming down the road is a decentralized banking protocol where you can take loans against your crypto. And they're also going to be releasing real world assets such as real estate. So this is what's coming down the road. This is why you're absolutely in the right place. Now, this is our call schedule. Although we will not have a call this Saturday, we'll be back again next Tuesday at 8 p.m. The link is plantofreedom.com. That will get you to our next overview. Well, ladies and gentlemen, listen, that concludes our overview.